Follow-up is very, very, very important. All right, so my name is George ACN. I am Nigeria's leading peak performance consultant. I'm the go-to guy when organizations have issues, they have problems, they come to me. I help them solve problems very, very fast. I'm a disruptive thinker, a serial entrepreneur, a multi-level marketer, a digital marketer, a public speaking coach, and plenty of things. I run actual businesses. That is, I have staff I pay every month. I run businesses with several locations. I run online businesses, and I generate a lot of money. I'm particularly fascinated with multi-level marketing because I'm a business teacher. I have been studying multi-level marketing since 2008. The first time I started studying multi-level marketing was when I listened to a tape by Jim Rohn. He did a presentation before a certain bunch of Chevron people, some particular company, and he talked about multi-level marketing as a powerful business model. Because at that time, I was also a speaker, and we all respected Jim Rohn of blessed memory. Jim Rohn, as of 2008, was massive, massive, massive in the business of speaking. And for him to recommend multi-level marketing, it got my interest. I started studying that model. Later on, I realized that Brand Tracy also discussed multi-level marketing. My major mentor, Tony Robbins, also talked about multi-level marketing. Les Brown also referred to multi-level marketing. I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and on page 49, he made reference to multi-level marketing. Then his subsequent books like Cash Flow Quadrants, like The Business of the 21st Century, Business School, all refer to multi-marketing. I watched videos of Donald Trump before he became president, and he talked about multi-level marketing. I kept asking myself, what is this model? Why do I need to understand it? I started looking at the businesses. I looked at the product-based, because we have product-based multi-level marketing, and they are fantastic. The Americans brought their own. Tonight, they first came to Ghana. I've taught you the history before. They first came to Ghana, and then after Ghana, Americans came to Ghana, then they went to Southern Africa before they came to Nigeria. Our fathers, if you notice, those days embraced them. I'll give you names. Let me just give you names. The people who came to Nigeria, GNLD came to Ghana, then to Nigeria, and a lot of our fathers embraced it. Of course, their plan was metrics plus step-step breakaway. The compensation plan was a little bit difficult, but people achieved massive results on the GNLD plan. And then after that, we had other businesses that came to GNLD. Forever Living also showed up from America. Swiss Guard also came from America, and they tried to dominate the space, especially in the supplements space, Then the Chinese, then in the 1990s, the Chinese and the Asians adopted the network marketing model. They accepted it for Indonesia, Singapore, India, China, Japan. They started using it as a model. At that time, China started opening up to entrepreneurship, enterprise, and they realized that network marketing will be a very powerful model. So the Philippines, Indonesia, Korea embraced it. So they now started bringing it to Africa. All right, when they came to Africa, they made it cheaper. They made their products more affordable. Rather than sell supplements to us, they started selling curative. What the Americans sold were vitamins and supplements. What the Chinese and the Asians brought to Africa at that time became curative, so that you can have diabetes. And if you take a number of doses of these things, so they came in like with Tianxi, Greenwald, many of those old companies, they came in and they made their own mark. Then in more recent times, the Chinese also went back, had difficulties because Africans evolved. Some people had issues. They now began to reinvent the wheel, and they came in again like 7-8 years ago, this time taking out auto ship. There's something in network marketing called auto ship. One of the challenges that they do is that if you don't do your auto ship, if you don't buy something for the month, you don't get paid. And it's not a bad idea. It enables the system to keep running. But the disruptive network marketing came again from China. They came back into the system and they took out auto ship and made it a lot easier for you to qualify for cars, qualify for trips, qualify for travels. They came in with Long Range, Norland, Greenleaf, and many others have coming from China. They were disruptive. Chinese are very disruptive in their approach, even in their e-commerce. So the history of network marketing has been there. Then after a while, we now had a few other multi-level marketing companies that used businesses that started using the network marketing model in the Forex market, in the crypto market, in the aviation market, in the holidays market. They started using the multi-level marketing pattern to move their business. For example, when it comes to real estate, we have Revolution Plus. They are a massive real estate company, but they don't use the multi-level marketing plan. The real estate company that uses the multi-level marketing plan is P1. I'm sure you heard of P1. P1 is a real estate company that is using the multi-level marketing system. A few years ago, FCMB, GT Bank began to also use the multi-level marketing to drive savings in their plan. So, they did. I remember there was a time First City Monument Bank did it and GT Bank, but I don't know why they didn't sustain it. So you can run a business and that business is running under the multi-level marketing system plan. You can even do it for your shop and your business. So ecooperative.africa is a business of such. They are a cooperative. Ajo or Susu, Isusu, however they call it in your place, contribution. Now they have taken it and revolutionized it into using the multi-level marketing plan so that people can enter the system and enjoy. It's good that you always know the history and foundation of this thing. So let's talk quickly today about effective follow-up systems, how to follow up prospects and get them to do business with you. This is very, very important. All right, so how to follow up with your MLM prospect. If you're doing MLM, there's a way to go about it. If you're going to do sales, normal sales, there's also a way to go about it. So how to follow up with your network marketing prospects, how to turn not now to right now. How do you turn not now to right now? What you're going to learn today will help you turn not now to right now. Whether you are using digital marketing plan or a system to generate leads, how do you still get those leads to say right now? There are situations where people would hear of the opportunity, but they won't make a decision. How do you get them to move from not now to right now? That's what this conversation is all about. Now, I'd like to say a few things that you want to document and you want to pay attention to. The first of which is it takes months to find a customer. Remember, one of those is I distinguish between who a prospect is and who a customer is. A prospect is a potential customer. And we also talked about the qualities of a good prospect. That a good prospect needs and wants your business, wants to do business with you. He places value on it. When it comes to marketing, don't shoot blanks. Don't waste your energy. A lot of us like to sap our energy by not being targeted. It's very important you understand the dynamics of targeting. We'll discuss that later because it can affect your results and your conversion. So it takes months to find a customer, find a prospect that can become a customer, but it takes seconds to lose one. Something you need to put at the back of your mind. And that's why I believe so much in relationship marketing and building strong relationships. That's a good quote to put at the back of your mind. Another quote I want to consider and think about and brood is this one by Pat Flynn. He said, the riches are in the niches, but the fortune is in the follow-up. The riches are in the niches. What does niche mean? Niche means targeting. When you're able to identify a niche, when you're able to identify a target, not everybody is your customer. Not everybody is your client. The first thing you want to make up your mind when you're starting any sales, whether it's online or offline, is to determine who are my customers? Who are my ideal customers? You have to define it. Where are they? After you ask who are my customers, where are they? Where are they? Then the next question is, if they are densely populated in a particular location, and that's not a good marketing strategy. You don't want to go to a place where they are densely, that is, they are not very many. You want to go to places where they are, concentrated in capacity. For example, if you are selling a jam product and you go to jam classes or go to SS3 classes, You know that those people are preparing for jam. Whatever product you're selling will sell faster there. You want to conserve your energy. You have to think in terms of leverage and not start shooting blank. Oh, my target is everybody. Your target is not everybody. Your target are some people. So the riches are in the niches, that's in targeting, in looking for specific areas. But when you want to really make money, big money, you must understand the dynamics, the mechanics and the dynamics of follow-up. And what I'll show you today will help you change. I'll teach you a simple follow-up system. I've been privileged to teach organizations, huge organizations, MTN, DHL. I've traveled around Nigeria teaching organizations, even radio stations and their sales force particularly. I've trained oil company workers, and I teach this simple follow-up and sales templates. And I tell them that if you use that principle, you are going to always get results. When I go to organizations to train them, I always ask about their sales units. And because at the end of the day, there's no cash in an organization, if there's no cash in an organization, because the sales units are not as effective. And the sales units are not effective is because they don't have cutting edge ideas and strategies. Their precision is dependent on the knowledge they have. That's why knowledge is important. You see, network marketing as digital marketing, as traditional marketing is not by gra-gra. It is driven by knowledge. You want to understand this and put this at the back of your mind. So I always ask for that, because we in the multi-level marketing industry are the ones who make the companies and organizations successful. So this is so important. The riches are in the niches, but the fortune is in the follow-up. Another statistic I'd like you to just pay attention to quietly. This was done by the Market Donuts. And this is what they say. 80% of sales. When I was teaching you how to convince anybody, part one, I referred to this. 80% of sales require 5 follow-up calls after the meeting. So the moment you invite somebody to come to this Zoom meeting, or the moment you invite somebody to discuss with your upline, or the moment you call them to come for a live program, a live event, a convention, whatever event that is there, that your company, your organization, the cooperative is doing, that they can show up for, Zoom, offline or online, there has to be at least 5 follow-up. 5 follow-up. You have to think, after that first meeting, I need to do 5 follow-up to convert that person. 44% of salespeople give up after 1 follow-up. When a person comes to the event, he's excited, he doesn't make a decision, and you follow him the first time, and you say, oh, this man is not saying no, you leave him and move on to the next person. You also have to realize that if you're going to get conversions, realize that you need to do at least, may I say 7, but at least, according to the Market Donuts, 5 follow-up. Let's look at some other statistics, some other sales stats or sales statistics, because you use stats to know how and what people are doing. All right, 48% of salespeople never follow up with their prospect. So you talk to somebody about the business, the person tells you a no, the person tells you he's not interested, the other person tells you it's MMM, tells you I don't do network marketing, I don't bring 2, bring 3. They already give you a negative vibe, and then you don't follow up on them. 48%. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. Some people are so smart, they now do a second contact and they stop. 12% of salespeople make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts on one person. That is 3 contacts on one person. Less than 10%. So most of you are already violating or following this principle. You do 1 contact, it doesn't work, do second contact, third contact, but only 10%. Now, 2% of sales, only 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So the chances that when you talk to somebody the first time, only 2% will give you results. The chances that when somebody reads your Facebook ads or reads your WhatsApp status or reads your Facebook status, it's only 2%. 3% of sales are made at the second contact. 5% are made on the third contact. 10% are made on the fourth contact. 80% of sales are made on the 5th or to the 12th contact. So my goal for every single person I meet is to do at least 5 to 12 follow up on that person, because I know that 80% of my sale will happen if I talk to that person for at least 5 times, or I reach out to that person 5 times. Understand that if I'm able to get that person to be my customer or move him to become my client, because the difference between a customer and a client is relationship. When a person moves from customer to client because of my effective follow-up on him, that person will give me referrals. My job becomes easier. When a prospect that was initially a cold prospect becomes a warm prospect by becoming my customer and client, he will give me leads. He will give me other sign-ups very easily. So my goal is to go for the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, down to the 12th follow-up. My question now to you is, where are you when it comes to sales? How many times should I follow up? Like I already said, 2% sales come from first call, 3% sales call close on the second call, 4% sales close on the third call, 10% sales close on the fourth call, 81% of closes after the 5th call and more, between 5th and 12th call. Now, these are 5 major reasons you did not get your prospect to get signed up. 5 major reasons, because if people are not signed up by the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, this could probably be the reason. We discussed some of them yesterday, but we want to continue. Number 1, you failed to follow up from the 5th down to the 12th time on a person. Number 2, you accepted their first no. The first no, see, one of the things I learned in sales and in relationship building is that objection indicates interest. Write that down. Objection indicates interest. Objection is demanding for clarification. When somebody says no to you, he wants more clarity. It means he doesn't understand this whole thing. He needs more clarity. So you don't always take no. All right. You assumed they wouldn't be interested. That is, you prejudged them that they won't be interested, and therefore you did not go to meet them. Before, you overinflated the opportunity or product. And that's one of the things I've told you is a sin and it's a crime in multi-level marketing. Don't overinflate. Don't make promises. It's better to under-promise and over-deliver than over-promise and under-deliver. See, you made it about you instead of them. When you're going to discuss with them, they were seeing you in the picture. They were seeing how they were making you money. They are not seeing how they are making money. You're not able to reframe them to the point where they are the ones seeing that they are making money and not you. So those are some 5 reasons people don't sign up for your business. Now, one quote by Chuck Holmes is very striking, and you may want to document this. The is to give your prospect additional information. You didn't write that. Additional information to answer their questions, overcome objections, and collect a buying decision. 3 things you're doing follow-up for. You're doing follow-up so that you can give them additional information. So the first time you told them some things, the next time you're meeting them, you're giving them additional information, new insights, new angles, new perspective. Beyond that, you also want to answer their questions, overcome objections, and collect a buying decision. What a quote by Chuck Holmes. What a quote by Chuck Holmes. So reason for follow-up: give your prospects additional information, answer questions, overcome objections, collect buying decisions. Those are 4 reasons you do follow-up in sales and in digital marketing and in traditional marketing. Let's look at what the Bridge Group says. It says salespeople who make 12 contact attempts perform nearly 20% better than their colleagues who stop at 8 attempts. No, they're taking it a step further. That if you really want to succeed in sales, in digital marketing, or in traditional marketing, whatever kind of marketing that you want to do, or in advertising, as it were, you have to do from 5 upwards 12. Now, if you do 12 and above on one person, you're going to do 20% better than the person who stops at 8 attempts. This is by the Bridge Group, a research group, having done research on many sales people, many people who are into sales. Now, let's look at some follow-up strategies that you can begin to use. Let me begin to share you some unique strategies that you can use for your business, that you can use for your organization. This is very important. Follow-up strategies that you can begin to use. All right. The first follow-up strategy is this. You want to understand is that follow-up begins with targeted prospecting. I already mentioned that earlier, that you have to learn to target your prospect, identify who you want to market to, because that increases your chance of getting results. Don't talk to everybody. Target your customers. There's something we say in targeted prospecting is sorting, not selling. You don't sell, you sort. Another term we use in sales, you qualify. A person can buy from you, but will he? A person can buy from you, but will he? that's a different matter. A person has the money to sign up for your business, but will he is a different matter. So what you want to do as you plan your marketing strategy is to sort, to pinpoint, to target, to segment, to categorize, to target, to define, keep defining until you get to that person who is more likely to buy from you. It begins with that. Because when you have identified a person that really needs your product, are more likely to buy from you, are more likely to sign up into your business, you are going to increase your chances of success. So targeted prospecting is sorting. Sorting means finding and searching and not just selling. Selling becomes easier when you are sorting. Now, the next strategy you want to write down is that your prospect list should be your follow-up list. Now, I told you one of his key secrets that successful salespeople, the successful digital marketers, successful network marketers have is a prospect list. In the case of digital marketing, you are always building a list. We say that the fortune is in the list. So there is something we do. We build a list through WhatsApp groups. We build a list through having subscribers. We build a list through getting Facebook groups. We build lists because we need to have, it's about numbers. So for the man who is a traditional one-to-one marketer, or network marketer, he has to have a prospect list. And I told you last time we taught you that there are two kinds of prospects. We have the warm prospect and we have the cold prospect. Or rather, we have the cold prospect and we have the warm prospect. The cold prospect are people who are strangers, who they have never heard about your opportunity, or who may be likely not very receptive to your ideas. And the warm prospect are people who are friends and family. At the beginning, you want to start with your warm prospect so that you can get less no's, get more encouragement, and probably get referrals to cold prospects. Because one of the things you can do for yourself is to get referrals from your warm prospect to cold prospect. They will link you to their friends who you don't know, and then you can start your way. But if you really want to make the big money, you don't want to stay with your warm prospect. That's your comfort zone. You want to start looking at your cold prospects. So now, having understood that, you must understand that the same prospect list that you put out every day, because you must have weekly prospect lists, people that you're going to speak to, you must also let that be also your follow-up list. So that every week there must be somebody you need to call, somebody you need to meet, somebody you need to send a message to on a very regular basis. So your prospect list should be your follow-up list. Now, I want to show you a simple follow-up list that and also a prospect list, and we call it the prospecting/follow-up spreadsheet. The prospecting/follow-up spreadsheet. Now you can use your biro and draw. It's just a simple form that you can do yourself. The idea basically is to capture a few things. The first thing you want to capture on that list is your prospect's name, the name of the person. You put it there. That is the person you intend to meet or the person that you have met. Now, this one is mostly for the person that you have met. Then the next thing is the phone number of the person. Now, if I was doing it for a company, I would not just have a prospect's name. I would also have the phone number of the person, and also have the phone number of the person I met. Let's say I was going to a company to talk to them about business, and I couldn't meet the guy. Somebody will give me his number, give me their own number, so I can reach out to them. I will form a bond and a connection with that person so that when the boss is around, I can come back for that person. So you need to if you can get the boss's number, fine. If you cannot get the boss's number, you leave that place blank, but you also put that person's contact. Now, in a normal day, you should be able to get an email address if you can, all right? Another thing that you want to do is the date of the first meeting, because it's going to be a first meeting. And then after that first meeting, there have to be a quick report. The quick report of the first call will be, to come back again or to meet him on a particular day. And let me say something about meeting people. Whenever you meet somebody and you're not able to come to a conclusion on the matter, to come to a sales conclusion, you're not able to close or seal the deal, ask for another date. Ask for another date. Person says, okay, let's see next week. I'm busy now. I can't really listen to you. Let's see next week. So he said, okay, sir, when next week can we see? He said, between Tuesday and Friday. So he said, can I call you on Monday to get a specific date to meet you on between Tuesday and Friday. Okay, call me on Monday. What time on Monday should I call you so I can get a specific date between Tuesday and Friday? 4 o'clock. Should I call you by 3:49 so that we can show? Okay, you say, sir, please, I'm sorry, I want to be sure so that I can remind you of the call. So you are doing all of that so that the person realizes that, look, this guy is serious. He wants to get this sale done. All right. So you want to be able to report about your first call, to meet him on so and so next date. The next thing is the date of the follow-up call. You want to write that date down so you can remind yourself. Then also, you want to also know what meeting invite, what was the occasion, meeting invite, what was the occasion, was it Zoom, was it this? And then the channel of contact simply means, what did you use? How did you get across to him? Did you use Facebook? Did you use WhatsApp? Did you use email? Did you use phone calls? You want to put that down as you continue your prospects sheet. So you write the person's name. Let's say number one was George ACN. You put his phone number, his email, his date of first meeting, his report of the first call, the date of follow-up, meeting invites, and then channel of call. Some places may be blank sometimes. The next day, you are supposed to meet him. Maybe you met Joe. You put his phone number, run through the same process to the end. The third line, you meet George again. George ACN again, put his phone number, email, put his date of first meeting, and on. So you can keep doing that. At the end of the day, you have a list of follow-up. Now, because we said that in prospecting, that if you want to get 10 people, you have to talk to at least 100 people. If you want to get 10 people to buy into your business or to accept, you have to talk to at least 100 people. And that if you get to the 40th person, your ratio will increase. And the ratio increases, you move from 1 in 10 to 2 in 10. If you get to the 60th person, your ratio will increase again from 2 in 10 to 3 in 10. At that point, you become almost like an expert. So when I go to organizations to teach them sales, I make sure that everybody uses this platform. Everybody uses this platform. Everybody is using this sales sheet, and then they are doing that report. So when we send marketers to go to the marketplace, to do stuff, I tell the sales supervisor, make sure that everybody submits their prospecting and follow-up list to you every week. At the end of the week, they submit to the sales supervisor. The sales supervisor will look at it, look at what they've done, look at the phone calls. If he has to call some of them, he does. If not, he will now record his own evaluation from all the sales people into another sheet that this training does not allow me to share. This training is just for us who are MLM people. So he puts it in that sheet and then he gives it to the CEO. So from the CEO, that sheet can enable the CEO to know how every of his salespeople are doing in the marketplace. So this follow-up sheet can help you, even as a networker, to track and to track and to track and help. You can use this simple template in conjunction with your matrix. You can use this for those of you who are in www.ecooperative.africa. This thing can be used in conjunction with your matrix. It will really help you. All right, so that's very important. Now, the next thing that you must learn how to understand how to do is the power of phone calls. Most of you do not know the power of phone calls. Now, you must understand how to use phone calls to close deals. Learn how to use phone calls to connect with people. Most of you call, when you're calling the person is rejecting your call, or the person is not picking your call, because every time you speak to that person, now only your business you won't talk. You've got to get to the point in this business where you can call a person and just be connecting. Now, most of us who are doing www.ecooperative.africa platform, when you get to your matrix and you want to call, you don't want to come and say, hello, I'm your upline eCooperative. Why are you not doing the business? Don't you want to upgrade? Upgrade now? No. That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. That a lot of things could be happening to that person at that moment. The first thing you want to do when you pick up your phone to call that person on your matrix is to find out how the person is doing. Blah, 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 before you introduce yourself, before you want to find out what's up, before you even discuss the e-cooperative thing. In fact, from the tone and the conversation, it may not be the appropriate time to discuss the e-cooperative thing or whatever business it is you're discussing with. You've got to be sensitive to people enough. But there's power in calls. Those days, I used to do WhatsApp trainings. Now, when I did WhatsApp training during the lockdown, I was doing a lot of WhatsApp trainings. So I'll do WhatsApp trainings. When I'm done with WhatsApp trainings, I'll now say, if you feel that you want, I'll sell a course after doing a free, valuable course like we're doing here. And I'll tell them, okay, I have more. I have a 50,000 hour program. But if you feel that you want me to do some more clarification, just put on the WhatsApp, call me. And a lot of people call me. I'll save their number. And by Monday morning, I will take my phone load my credit and call them. What's the challenge? Why do you want? Don't want to pay? What's the challenge? I'll keep calling. I'll take to them one after the other. So they'll tell me, okay, let me call you by next week. Call me my sister on date. I'll get exact date. I'll record it in my stuff, and that's how it is. So phone calls are very, very important. Learn how to use. Every time I do that, I have a higher level of conversion rates. So text is not enough. You need to use phone calls. You would have a higher number of conversion rates when you connect to people using the power of phone calls. Now, there's also something very regular. We have now, most people think that emails are not very powerful, but I tell you, friends, emails are still very, very powerful. People still read their mails. I don't know about you, but every now and then I check my mail. And important people who are business, people who are in the corporate circle, people who are in the top echelon read their mails. It is true that people do WhatsApp. The general masses do WhatsApp. WhatsApp has a higher penetration range, and so a lot of people do WhatsApp, but rich people, real people, don't even do WhatsApp as much. If they're doing WhatsApp, they're doing through their close circle. They have a close circle. If you're not coming in, please mute your sound. Mute your sound, please. If you're coming in, mute your sound. Admin, please, you need to move that person. All right. So you can come in, you can use WhatsApp, to do that. But let's talk about email marketing. Now, why is having emails very important? When people talk about what eCooperative gains, I keep telling them that contact is value, contact is money. I tell them that Facebook, for example, you are the product of Facebook, because Facebook has your details, has your likes, your engagement, and therefore they sell this to advertisers. So contact is a lot of money. So by building an email list, using emails to do transactions, people do emails transactions. We had of Hush Puppy and the rest. How was Hush Puppy able to move millions of dollars? It was not through WhatsApp. It was through emails. It was through very, very concurrent emails. They moved millions of dollars, in the hundreds of millions, according to what they say. It was through emails. So emails are still very, very powerful, not just in the Nigerian market, in the global market. So if you're going to use, you can use emails to follow up. Now, it's not about using Yahoo or Google to follow up. If you're going to use emails, you're going to use what's called an email marketing software. And there are a few of them that you can use. I showed you the last time, I personally use MailChimp. Now, MailChimp is so powerful because it can help you to create a landing page. MailChimp is also powerful because it can enable you to automate your mails. You can automate your mails. Now, that's not even where I'm going to. When you use regular emails and send to people, you have to use a copywriting twist. In other words, you don't just send a general mail. You don't just send a mail anyhow. The last time we spoke about digital marketing, I told you there's something called content and there's something called copy. Now, most people, when they want to send mail, they send content. Copy are those things that you write that will persuade people to make a buying decision or to listen to you. So you need to start looking at some subscribe mails that you have done and see the kind of mails you receive and read it to understand what I mean by copywriting twists of an email. So regular emails are very powerful and they should be sent with a copywriting twist. Now, one of the things you must also know about follow-up is this. This is where a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to digital marketing, because at the end of the day, we as even people, when we're doing our prospecting, we use groups, we use WhatsApp groups, we use WhatsApp lists, broadcast lists, we use Facebook groups and so on and so forth. Now, let me just quickly talk a little about WhatsApp lists or broadcast lists and WhatsApp groups. There's a difference. When I told some of you to gather people in your group, you know what you did? You went and said gathering all your contacts, forcing all your contacts, going from getting numbers and forcing them into your WhatsApp group. And guess what happened when you did that? They started to leave. They started to leave and leave and leave. They say, oh, this one has left, this one has left. You can be very angry, become very sad for you. Only very few persons who have tremendous respect for you will stay. So you don't want to, when it comes to follow up, it's not a WhatsApp group that you use for follow up. You use a WhatsApp group to collect people. And for them to come to that group and stay, there will be something valuable that you are giving to them. It's just like email marketing. For somebody to give you his email so that you can send him information, there must be a gift that you're giving to them. It could be an information, it could be a training. So for example, if you're telling them, you can tell them, okay, there's a few trainings I want to give to you, that is what this amount of money, that is this valuable, come to my WhatsApp group. Or I want to show you something that can help your health, and it's free consultancy, free coaching. There must be something free you're giving for them to come into your WhatsApp group. There is a knowledge you want to give them, an enlightenment you want to give that they consider as value for them to come to your WhatsApp group. So invite them, don't add them to your WhatsApp group. So the WhatsApp groups is a collection point. So you put your groups, they will see, they like it, they'll click on it, and they will come in there. Some of them will still leave if they get to hear, but a vast majority will stay. Anyone that clicks on your link, anyone that clicks on your link actually has seen that he may get something valuable, and that's why he's entering the WhatsApp group. So that's what WhatsApp group is for. It's more like the beginning of the funnel. But you see, when it comes to follow-up, while you can use WhatsApp group, a better model is to use the WhatsApp broadcast list. Now, put on the comment section if you know how to use WhatsApp broadcast. That is, if you go to your WhatsApp, maybe I'll do that before the end of this meeting, you can see WhatsApp group. You can also see WhatsApp broadcast list. All right, so the broadcast list enables you can now add people, 256 people, and then blast them with stuff, blast them with information on a regular basis. They cannot leave. They are going to receive the same information at the same time. So it's another effective way to use broadcast lists. As a would that you receive summons from every morning. I just used to block those numbers, summons every morning. So again, when you're doing follow-up, as we'll get to understand in the coming days, you must be careful. You don't want to do it. You don't want to overdo it so they don't block your number. But you want to do it once in a while so that they can see that information as valuable. Now, one of the things we notice about follow-up is that if you always are talking to people, every day call, they'll get bored about it. If they come to Zoom meetings, they'll get bored. They will make a decision that way. So one of the things you want to do is you want to use multiple channels. So the first time they came for meeting, the next time you called them. The next time you invited them for a WhatsApp meeting. The next time you got their email and sent them a mail. The next time you did something, multiple channels. You got them to come for a live seminar. Or you did a conference call with your upline. Or you did a unique Zoom meeting with your upline. Those variety of channels in approaching them, variety of touches would increase your chance of getting a conversion. So when they have a feel of Zoom, they didn't feel it. They have a feel of WhatsApp training. They didn't say bad. You called them. You did a unique three you and your upline and the person's WhatsApp group. You did all those kind of things to them. One of them will touch them enough for them to make a buying decision. Or you saw them physically, whatever it is. So you want to follow up using multiple channels, because when you do that, you are increasing your chance of getting the results in that one person. Now, and sometimes you being the one following up may also be an issue. It could be that maybe you are trying to talk to a person and the person is looking at your femininity. Your femininity is the one prominent. And so you're putting yourself in a danger of being sexually harassed. So you can either bring somebody else, or maybe you've been the one talking and talking and talking. You need to bring sometimes somebody else to come with another perspective, another angle. And that angle may just be what will convince the person to buy. In fact, when you use multiple channels and use somebody else to follow up a particular prospect, you reduce the number of times that you follow up on that person. When you use multiple channels and use somebody else to talk to a particular prospect, you reduce the number of times. When I say that 5 times, 8 times, you reduce the number of times. In 2 contacts, you can get a conversion. So that is how you need to start thinking in that light. All right. Now, another thing you must understand about follow-up, especially when it's a physical meeting, is that follow-up location determines the direction of influence. If you want to succeed, don't let them invite you to their location. Invite them to your location, because location is power. Position gives you the advantage. Your territory increases your negotiation power. Your territory increases your negotiation power. Do everything in your power to bring them to your space. If they're insisting you come to your space, or your space, at worst or at least use a neutral venue. So there can be a clash, there can be an exercise of power. This is influence I'm teaching you here. So follow-up location determines the direction of influence. So you're inviting people, you're telling them to come to your space, come to your terrain. Is very important, especially when it's physical, and it determines whether you get a buying decision or not. Now, another thing that you must also learn as a strategy when it comes to follow up is that you must always set up the next appointment, especially when your conversation did not end. It didn't close. You didn't know how to seal the deal. So end each conversation with a clear defined on the next step. On the next step, okay, I'll come. You've heard me. All right. You know what? The next time I'm going to come with my upline. My upline will call you. Would have a conversation with my upline? I think you should just discuss my upline. He will explain his business for you more so you can get clarity. Maybe I'm not sharing enough insight. My upline will do a better job. When can we do that meeting? Okay, or would you mind a video conference call, a WhatsApp call, or a Zoom meeting, something that we can meet with my upline? You have to prepare and define your next step. And this is where we're going to stop for today. This is the part I'll be teaching you in subsequent days where I'll take you into my system and I'll start showing you how to use WhatsApp. And I'll start showing you how to use Facebook. Now, one of the things let me just present myself. Most of you don't know that you can schedule your posts. You can schedule your posts. That Facebook has what is called chat box in Messenger. Facebook has what's called chat box. WhatsApp has what we call WhatsApp business. You can use those facilities so that you can start following up without you being there. How do you automate your follow-up? That is what we'll be discussing in the coming days. Now, if you have enjoyed this class I've taught today, I want you to say, yes, I've enjoyed this class. Yes, I've enjoyed this class. Yes, I've learned something. Yes, I've learned something. Yes, I've learned something. So much value, so much value, so much value. If you've enjoyed this class, so much value, so much value, so much value. One of the things I wanted to know is that we will give you so much value. All right. Why are you getting this value? Because I'm a member of eCooperative. One of the things that you get as value is that you get information. When people say that eCooperative is the Ponzi scheme, somebody said it today and I was so irritated. I had to call the person and say, look, guy, if you don't know something, don't talk. If you don't know something, and all the things that I told you that people that will discourage you are people who are in the product-based business because they have defined products as only things that are tangible. They have defined products as only things that are tangible, and that is not fair. And that is very limiting. Not everybody wants to sell health supplements. Not everybody wants to sell cosmetics. And that is all fine. People can do it. There are people who define product as courses. Whatever you can consume that is valuable is a product. Whatever that you can consume that is valuable and that you can exchange is a product. So for some people, information, courses, how-to product is a product. You must realize that it's a product. And ecooperative.africa is also considering that information product is a product. As a matter of fact, services, saving services, that's why you see in banking, they say they have a certain product, a certain saving plan. Saving services is a product. Investment can be a product. It depends on how it is done. So your thinking has to move. That's why we talked about the fourth industrial revolution. Now, eCooperative Africa is a vision that is powerful. I've told you my profile at the beginning. I will not be involved in a thing that I don't consider solid. Now, we believe in the sharing economy, and their vision is to create a synergistic platform on the internet for Africans that allows for collaboration, sharing, contribution, learning, networking, investment, as well as enhanced personal and financial growth and development. So who are these folks? Who are these guys who came together? Now, eCooperative is a brainchild of a consortium. Now, new word alert for some people. Go and check the meaning of consortium. 2 registered businesses, a number of individuals, and a foundation came together to birth the cooperative using the internet as a means of propagation. One of the organizations is a web development IT company. The other is a training organization, and the foundation is an empowerment NGO. The individuals who are involved are from all walks of life. So very soon in September, there will be school fees problem. Most of you are already having headache about how you're going to pay your school fees. Why are you giving yourself headache? eCooperative is the answer. Come and raise the money that you need to pay your children's school fees. And if 13th of September is the date you're supposed to start school, you can use the system to raise school fees by 13th. You can use that system if you're a smart person. So another thing that you can also learn, like we already mentioned, that you have access to quality information on digital marketing, on follow-up, on sales, on financial intelligence. All these things I've taught you from different resource persons, from amazing resource persons around Africa and Nigeria. They have given you there. You can download and read them for your own benefit. You can also have the opportunity to save on the system. You can also buy, you can sell and buy through the e-commerce platform that is coming up. You can also invest in the platform. So these are the things that now for them, they have a unique peer-to-peer system that enables you to grow and raise the money you're seeking for, which we will discuss shortly today. So this is a lineup of the things they do. These are the product and the services they render: savings, raising funds, investments, e-commerce, crowdfunding, and e-learning. Let's go to jump. So how do you join ecooperative.africa? Now, most people, today I met somebody came to the office and I told the person, okay, do explain the conversation plan to me. Now he felt he did, but by the time he said talking, he was not able to explain it. And I said, you know what? You need to listen to this conversation plan again. And I tried to explain it to him. So you need to understand, you need to pay attention here, especially old members who want to jump ahead to talk to people. You need to understand the system very well. How do you join? What is the requirement for registration? For you to join the system, you can do it two ways. You can look for a sponsor, or you can go to www.ecooperative.africa and click on register and get a sponsor. A sponsor usually has a referral link. What do you need to be part of this business? For you to be part of the system, for you to be succeed in the system, you need to have, number one, you need to have a phone number, a functional phone number, not just any kind of phone number. You also need to have a smartphone that you can use to, check your metrics and so on. You need to have an email address. If you don't have an email address, it's not going to work. And of course, a bank account. The marketing plan is a power of 4. The ecooperative.africa uses the 4x4 model. Now, the truth of the matter is that a lot of organizations use infinity model. When they start, that means is a pyramid, sort of like a pyramid. There has to be an end. It can't just keep going on and on and on. There has to be an end. Don't tell me that for 3 generations, 6 generations, there has to be an end. So the marketing plan of eCommerce is work with the power of 4. All you need to do is invite 4 people. The moment you're able to sign up with somebody and you don't give the money to the company, you give the money to one person in the system and you're getting the products you need, and then you have your 4 persons, you're going to have sent to your dashboard a welcome package, digital marketing training on your dashboard. You also have access to savings, the e-commerce and investment platform. I have good news for some people. I have good news. I just got information that level 0 issue has been trashed. And so henceforth, anybody that stays in level 0 for more than 24 hours will be kicked out. That thing has been trashed, and by today, tomorrow, if you register anybody in person level 0, or the person spills over into your system and is on level 0 and does not make a decision, the person will be kicked out of the system. The second good news is that if a person registers level 0 and does not upgrade to level 1 quickly, in 5 minutes, there's a timer there, you will be kicked out of the system. So they've added timer and so on to the system. You will notice that from the next presentations you start doing. So the system works with the 4x4 matrix. The 4x4 matrix is that you're going to give 4 people above you money. You're going to give 4 people above you money, and you're going to work with 4 generations below you. Let's call that beautiful fair lady Kate. Let's call that guy with a suit and a tie Joe. Let's call the girl with a blue dress Kate. And let's call this black and white guy with a mustache Musa. And that's you there smiling with your black dress. You're on level 0. You register. You got Kate's details and you register. But then you have to give Kate money, 2,000 naira, so that she can confirm you and make you a registered member of the cooperative. Kate is a member of the cooperative. You give her 2,000 naira and she registers you. The system sends you product, what's that, and much more, and you're in. You can just enjoy the information product. You can just download it and listen to it and learn and read, and you're good. And it's okay. I paid 2K to somebody in the system. I've got this value. That's okay. But if you want to start making money, you have to start inviting. So invite 4 persons. You invite 4 persons. Each of them will pay directly to your account 2,000 naira, amounting to 8K. When you get 8K, it's disruptive. They will equally get all the information because they joined your team. They'll get all the quality information, and you would receive the 8K. All the money is yours. If you decide, okay, I don't want to do this business again, there is no problem. The system is designed in such a way that the downlines are not stranded. If it's okay, I'm not doing it, I want to enjoy my 8K. But if you want more, you go to the dashboard and you click on upgrade. The moment you click on upgrade, Joe, who brought Kate, his details, his email, his phone number, his bank account, or his Bitcoin wallet will also appear. And you'll be told to give that guy 4,000. So you take 4,000 from your 8K and give to Joe, who brought Kate, who is your sponsor. Now, these 4 persons will get 16 people. They will get 4 each and also be rewarded the same value. When the 16 people want to move to level 2, just like you gave 4,000 naira to Joe, they will each give you 4,000 naira amounting to 64. That is 4,000 naira times 16, that's 64,000 naira. Now, if that is your financial goal, you can exit the program. If not, you can click on upgrade, and then Kate's details will appear. Kate is the upline of Joe, who is your sponsor's upline, Jane, who is your sponsor. So you give 8K to Kate. 16 people will invite 4 each, amounting to 64%. When the 64 persons want to move to level 3, it is your account details that will appear, and each of them will give you 8K, amounting to 512,000 naira. That is 8,000 naira times 64, amounting to 512,000 naira. If that is a lot of money, by the way, and this can happen in a few weeks, depending on how fast you want to go. But if you want more, you can click on upgrade, and then you see Musa's details. You give Musa 16,000 naira. He upgrades you to level 4, and then 64 people will bring 256 people. 256 people. When they want to move to level 4, they will see your account details. Each of them will give you 16,000 naira, amounting to 4,096,000 naira. Like I like to say, let's look at your account balance. The total amount of money you've earned: 8,000 from generation 1, 64,000 from generation 2, 512,000 from generation 3, 4,096,000 from generation 4, amounted totally to 4,680,000 naira. Your upgrade cost, the money you gave to Jane was 2K. The money you gave to Joe was 4K. The money you gave to Kate was 8K. The money you gave to Musa was 16K, totaling 30,000 naira. For you to get to level 4, you would have spent 30,000 naira. For you to get to level 2, level 3, you spent 14,000 naira. For you to get to level 2, the start, you spent 6K. So now the total profit, when you minus 30,000 naira from 4,680,000 naira, you have 4,650,000 naira. You only began with 2,000 naira, and the leverage of people. So now pay attention. If you don't subscribe, if you don't give somebody 2,000 naira, support the person to do his business with 2,000 naira, you will not receive 8,000 naira from people to support your business. If you don't give somebody 4,000 naira, you will not receive 64,000 naira from 16 people. If you don't give 8K and move to level 3, you will not receive 8K in 64 places. That's 512,000 naira from level 4, generation 4 people. If you don't give 16,000 naira, you will not get 4,096,000 naira. Pay attention. The system will not pay you for a level that you have not attained. Pay attention. So that's why upgrade is very important. You have to give to your uplines to receive from your downlines. So you need to work with active 4 people, quality 4 people. It's not about the crowd that you have. You can have the whole world in your system and they're not duplicating. If they don't duplicate and upgrade, nobody makes money. It's about quality 4 people. Relationship intelligence is your ability to attract quality people and to work with them. You need 4, 16, 64, 256, 4, 16, 64, 256. In total, you need a maximum of 340 downlines for you to start making the kind of money that you want. So the question is that people keep asking, how do you get your money paid? How do I get my money? It's very simple. One of the greatest advantages of this business is that money is paid instantaneously by hand to you or directly to your bank account by your downline. This is what differentiates this company from every other organization. Is decentralized. It's like Bitcoin, peer-to-peer. It's decentralized. The money is not going to the company because the company is looking for your contact. The company wants you to come and save with them. The company wants you to come and do e-commerce with them. The company wants you to come and do investment with them. So it allows you to gain more. It's decentralized. Peer-to-peer, like cryptocurrency. So money is paid directly to your account or directly to your Bitcoin wallet and not to the company. This is very revolutionary. All right, so the money is paid directly from the customer to you. Now, if you understand this eCommerce system and you use it, with just 2,000 naira, you can generate as much as 4,096,000. Actually, 4,650,000 naira. Now, I don't know if there's any question here. I don't know if there's any question. You can ask me. I've gotten to the end of my class today. I hope you got some value, too much value. The class is very lively. Wow, I can't express my impression. May God bless you. Services are product as true. Our great mentor, you're a blessing to our generation. May God keep you for us in ecooperative Africa. Yes, so much value. Good, more value. Everyone value, value, value. Oh, Poor Network, I just joined. Yes, I got a value. Wait one. Yes, 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 value expressed. Oh, thank you guys for the encouragement. I want to say that David Emain, he's still busy, engaged. Trying to reach out to him. He's most likely in Abuja or something. But very soon, that thing that he's there teaching, he'll come and complete it. But meanwhile, don't give up on me yet. Can you do 30 days? Can you learn for 30 days, expand your mind, learn some strategies, invite as many people as possible to join and learn so that when you get into the world, you would accelerate your